What we looking like?
Yeah,
That should be it now. Okay.
Can y'all hear us now? Can y'all hear us now?
Yeah, we good. Appreciate that job.
Appreciate that.
Orlando, our regular. That's part of the team right there, though. So I can't even say regular. That's the team. But anyway,
they all right.
they the team. Anyway, man, welcome back. Soundproof Homeroom. It's your boy Collar Pot Sean here with a little paint where it ain't, little seasoning with some reasoning. We got some good stuff jumping off today. 18th, how you feeling, brother?
What up, though? A long week. It just got a little longer, but it's on the bright side, but it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes a long week let you know that you're alive. Because sometimes we get bored and we just keep going.
You know, holiday weekend.
Keep going.
You know.
Holiday week?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why?
Holiday weekend.
Why did I eat?
You know what I'm saying? Holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Let's get this thing going, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a crazy week, man. We had one of them storms roll through here, man. Had the hail coming down on your boy. Man, I thought somebody was throwing rocks at the window or something.
People was asking me that, man. You got hail at y'all? They ain't got no hail over here.
Man, that junk was coming. I ain't never, and it's happened here a few times in Georgia, but that was the first time I was involved in it. And it really just sounded like a giant just throwing a whole bunch of rocks at your house. And as I went to go close one of the windows, a piece of ice chipped off and fell in the bedroom. I was like, oh, yeah. We gonna shut all this down. It's almost like you sitting there like, man, what am I supposed to do? You just sit there and wait. It lasts about 15, 20 minutes. And, car got messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
House got messed up a little bit, but we gonna use it to our advantage. You know what I'm talking about? You know? But hey, that's what it's for. We pay on it all.
Okay, brother, you ain't got to explain it to me.
You know, so we gonna go on and use that. But anyway, man, we gonna get into. It's time for the news, people. Starting off, we gonna start off here at home. Last Friday, Midtown High School students walked out. It was 200 of them walked out because the county APS was proposing to do a rezoning. And the students was like, nah, we're not going for that. Now, if you understand Atlanta, the Midtown area is fairly diverse. And I mean diverse as far as racially and culturally. And it sits right in the middle of everything. So you got a little salad of everything. And so the protest basically was they were saying that if they rezoned it and the way they had it rezoned, most of the black kids was going to be going to Washington High. Washington High is considered the hood. And they was just like, nah, we're not finna go for that because there's a lot of other options that y'all got in play that could be worked out. Good thing about this is that Wednesday, the board came back and said, hey, we're not going to rezone.
Oh, you talking about this last Wednesday?
Yeah, this
past
Wednesday.
You talking about this Wednesday.
Oh, no.
I thought you talking about the one coming.
No. This past Wednesday. Not whatever you finna talk about. APS came back and said, we're not going to rezone. We heard all the outcries. The parents emailed. They did everything they were supposed to do. The power of protest came to fruition in this one. And they said they're not going to rezone. What they're going to do is the 3 schools that are in question, they're going to utilize more space. So they say they'll probably build more space on each school to accommodate the students. So that was the one thing I like to hear, that, you know, protests happened and then something came from it. And it was high school students.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, I was proud of that.
Stand up.
That's a good one. That was
stand up.
Yes, indeed. All right. Next news piece. Florida banned critical race theory in all schools. You know, if you don't know, it's already not taught in K through 12, but it's taught in colleges and things of that nature. But Florida has now said that they are not going to do that at all. They joined other states that was already doing it. Idaho.
I mean, what, Indiana was first, right?
Was it in it? Nah, I don't even think they're in there.
No. Indiana made it a choice to Black History Month.
Oh,
yeah,
a choice.
Yeah, they made
Wow.
it optional.
Yeah. But you got Idaho, Iowa, Oklahoma, Arizona, Tennessee, and New Hampshire. Those are the states that already said they're not going to do critical race theory. It's 16 other states that's still mulling over it, and Georgia is one of them. It's just hard for me to understand. No, it's not hard for me to understand. What I can't understand is why do you folk don't want to hear about real history?
They don't think it's real.
I think they just don't like to be uncomfortable about themselves and their heritage.
Are you willing to call your great grandfather, whatever, a liar?
If it's the truth, I got to. At what point? Like, it's funny. We always talk about, oh, my ancestors. Some of your ancestors was assholes. Some of your ancestors was crooks. Some of your ancestors was criminals.
Well, there went this show.
I'm just being honest. All your ancestors weren't great people. So when you deal with reality, you got to take the good with the bad. And this nation, racism is a freaking part of what the nation is, but y'all don't want to teach that. And that's hard for me to understand. I keep saying it's hard for me to understand. It's not hard for me to understand. I don't understand why. And it's starting to really get on my nerves.
I see.
More and more. The more and more, because I'm a history guy.
Take a breath, move on.
It gets on my nerves. We're going to stay in Florida, though. I'm going to try not to go to Florida. I'm trying my best not to go to Florida.
Are you talking about with the don't come down here?
Well, that, on top of that, but also, they also had where they had a group of college students from all over the state of Georgia. All over the state of Florida, not just at FAMU, but the protest was held at FAMU because they was holding a conference on this new bill that they're trying to pass. It's called Bill 999, and that bill is proposing that all of the faculty, all of the everything they're learning about will be decided by the government.
Yeah, the government, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
this is a dictatorship at this point.
I mean, it already happens. It's just, you know what they're talking about now. But that's been happening. You probably got the same general education I got.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Know who slaves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They taught you math. But, elective here and there was probably different, but that's already been done. That ain't nothing new.
At college, though, at the college level, that's different. Because at college was where you was able to touch out and free your mind a little bit and get, depending on what kind of professors you had, they were able to.
But the alumni that put the money into these schools, they don't want critical race theory taught either.
It's a very unfortunate situation.
I mean, it's all the money.
It's
thing.
a capitalist country, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean,
capitalist country, but I'm trying my best to stay out of Florida.
Go to your own schools.
Hey.
Go to your own schools.
My homeboy, shout out Frank, man. He homeschooled all his kids, man. They doing well. Yeah. They got the gym, Flip City South, man. Y'all check them out if you want to get your kids into tumbling. They breaking all kind of records, winning all kind of awards, state, national, all that good stuff. Anyway, man, shout out Frank. They homeschooled all their kids, so it's possible. What else we got jumping off in this thing?
I'm on the fence with the homeschool thing.
Talk about it.
I mean, because kids need that
social interaction.
They need the adversity of dealing with other people that might have to try to teach them something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I think public school is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do. Like you got your charter schools and all that. I get it. Smaller classrooms in some cases.
Mm.
So attention, you can get a little more attention from the teacher. But I think the world is public school.
And especially in today's
You know
society.
what I'm saying? So when you get these, all boys schools, all girl, all these kind of schools, I think you really take away from the child versus, you helping them. And to me personally, if you're not a teacher by paper, that they, official, documents to say you a teacher.
Accredited, yeah.
Yeah, like, this is me though. I just think send they ass to public schools. That's how the world is, man. Send they ass on.
I'll only agree with that with the social aspect of it. Like, I think you can learn or you can teach your kids a lot more from homeschooling. But socially, those are things that a lot of your fondest memories are from.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Ja.
Those are people that really
Yeah.
go to school normally join the other homeschool parents. They do field trips and activities. Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new today.
Yeah. So that's what I would agree with. The social aspect, definitely. So they can interact with other kids.
You need that nasty lunch. You know what I'm saying? You need that.
I don't know about that now.
You need that fight. You need that fighting all
You
way.
know the Kale Queen gonna say something about that.
You need that.
Crespo, we not doing the grills today.
We are. We gonna talk about that too, Crespo. I don't believe that. We gonna talk about that too.
We're not gonna talk about the grills today.
He ain't even in here.
Nah, he ain't in here.
I should call him. Go ahead. Go.
We need
Move
to
on.
get him in here, man. Another situation. We wanted to keep the news short today, but this one has to do with something we've talked about previously: the media jumping out here with a lot of stuff. This one it's kind of up in the air. You juggle this a little bit. But Jonathan Majors, we talked about this guy again, okay? He allegedly beat up his girlfriend in the car. Went to jail. She started texting him and saying, hey, I didn't mean to do it. When all the details came out, he was the one that called the police, because she got physical with him, but they locked him up immediately. I have the girlfriend is white. And all of this comes into play on how they handled this situation, and still handling this situation. Just be cool, brother. I see you over there. I see you over there.
You know what I'm saying.
So the media, they jumped on it. They threw it. He had an ad with the Army. They pulled that already before anything came out. And it's a lot of speculation that a lot of other things came into play after this. You want me to say speculation, or you want to say what you got to say?
Go ahead.
Some of the speculations were saying that all of this stuff that with the girl texting and saying if she was at fault and things of this nature came about because he got a lot of power in the industry right now with these big movies he got. So they were saying she probably got paid to go ahead and put this stuff in there. And I haven't heard or seen anything as far as video is concerned, but that's one of the speculations that, because he got these big major movies coming up, they can't push these movies away because if he did this thing. So we just got to wait and see. But they jumped the gun and they just said he beat her, and he said he was the one that called the police. That's all I got on that. Yeah, I'm done.
Cuba Gooding Jr., Tiger Woods, Jonathan Major. I think Cuba Gooding Jr. got a sister now. Tiger Woods ain't learned his lesson yet. Jonathan Major. Get your shit together, brother.
Tiger Woods just had an incident with this second chick.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, say what you want to say about me, man. I don't believe love is blind. Y'all can go to hell with that shit. I don't. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, she was a plant, man. She did, kudos to her for doing what they told her to do. He got a little bit too big. They threw her in there, or they planted it. Like, look, he gonna do this, that, and the other. We gonna let that happen. Then we gotta shut him down. Everybody, I mean, people pull out. Look what they did with Miss Haddish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody pulled out. I ain't seen her on nothing since.
I think they did a part 2 and they got her in there, but they protested
Part 2
it
of
too.
what?
The one that made her famous. What was Girls Trip?
I don't know. I ain't never seen her. I seen her in one movie, parts of it, but she ain't had no big role.
The first one that she had her breakout role.
Oh, what's it called?
It's like Girls Trip or something like that.
Never seen it.
But that was her breakout role. So they did a part 2, and they were trying to replace her, but they were like, "Nah, we're gonna bring
black
it back."
though, ain't he?
Who that made it?
Yeah,
I think Lee Dan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get me lying.
Yeah.
Was it Lee Dan?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
But
no.
he was getting the heat, and they tried to replace, but they said they brought her back in for it.
Look
so.
out for your sister. Great. You know the news? Because I ain't about to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have some conspiracy theories.
I mean, just hey, man. Every time it happened, man, that's the first thing I go look at. Let me see what this old lady look like.
Yeah,
Like,
they ain't put no picture out yet.
I didn't put no picture, but her name was out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know,
And her cultural background.
you know, I Google searched
Yeah.
to see what was going on. I said, oh, okay, he deserved this because he don't want to listen. All right.
Yeah. Well, hey, you get what you deserve. Anyway.
But moving on, let's get into it.
That's the end of the news.
In the
We're going
news.
to keep it short. Keeping it shout because we're going to get to the juicy. Which one you want to start with?
I don't know. Just name one. Let's go on with it.
This is a question that this is one of the topics that came up last week in the group that got a lot of motion. I think somebody posted about if you saw your best friend's spouse out cheating, would you tell them? It went back and forth. I would say it went 50-50. I was one that I stand on loyalty to my best friend. So yes, I'm going to tell and just have to deal with the consequences, however that may fall. Going through the comments and going through, checking everybody's answers, it seemed like a lot of the women lean more towards, I'm not going to say nothing. And I questioned it. And a lot of men said it too. But it was more so women that said they weren't going to say anything. And I questioned it because I started to look deeper. It's like, okay, well, my best friend, where's the loyalty? And discussions started to come about and examples started coming out within the group. One young lady spoke about how she did exactly that. Her best friend got mad at her. Her and the husband that was accused got back together and told her, hey, I don't want you dealing with your girl. So she can't even, you know what I'm saying? And I've heard that a few with the women, that happens a lot. So where you stand on that?
They gonna tell. I ain't telling. They gonna tell.
You gonna make sure of that?
Absolutely. I might go send a drink over something. But, you got to be careful with what you think you see. Mm-hmm. Like, it got to be, you might just see two people in a place. Mm. You gonna call your boy, but hey man, your girl at right now? Like, she knows what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a coworker. If you don't see nothing that's really telling that, she out on a date, like, you just gonna call your boy and be like, yo, man, she out with a dude? Like,
well, I'm gonna make myself known when I see it.
No, what I'm saying is, because you said you're gonna tell.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, like, are you gonna say something like to them, or you just gonna call your man with a bunch of questions?
I don't do it right off the top. First, I'm gonna go over there. Hey, what's up with you? What's going on? Where Rick at? And Tom could be sitting right there. What's up? Where Rick at?
I mean, but he might know. Like, he might be like, oh, we got this cut. You done kind of gave away too much with that.
And that's fine, because then it's on her to be like, dang, I got to stop this dude because he going to tell his homeboy.
Yeah.
I
mean, if she leave right away, you already know. Like,
right.
Bingo.
Right.
Your lady on the way home, dog. Nigga, like, what the fuck? How you know? I mean, I'm going to let her tell it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If it, it's going to come out later because he going to call me. If it's my best friend, he going to call me. Mm-hmm. Like, man, this... whatever. Yeah, I know. I made sure she told you. She told you, huh?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know? Hold on, bro, before you get all upset. Yeah, I'm the reason she told you.
Right.
But you gotta be treating that thing, dog. Like, you gotta be so deep in and the concrete, because you could really, and then you might find out, yeah, man, we have some problems. We separated. Like, you just don't know. I get what you saying. You gonna look out for your people, but you got to be sure. And then you got to see what kind of friend you got. I think we talked about this before, man. Because he can get home and he beat the shit out of it, dog.
Yeah, you got to get into that.
Now you got to. Damn, I called her to get beat up. But then you be like, well, actually, I didn't. Because now you try to justify it. Like, if she wasn't doing what she supposed to do, he wouldn't have lost it. See, you got too much going on, man.
I can't think of. That's too many avenues for me to think. So my avenue is with my best friend.
I know I got homeboys that I'm selective what I tell them.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know they can end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that, if I know he out doing this thing, like for real, like heavy, I might not say nothing.
I'm not gonna say
I might
nothing.
be like,
because I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing to you, right?
But y'all both out here wild.
Yeah,
I get it.
I ain't saying nothing in that case.
But like, if he on my phone stressing about what he trying to do to make her happy and all that, like, it's gonna hurt him. But I'm gonna make sure she tell him, like, yo, I wake up at 4:00 in the morning to go to work, so you got to the end, because I'm waking up the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I might just leave it like that. Now, if I see you out wilding, like, you straight up dude grabbing your ass and all that. Like, I remember one lady said she need footage. Like, God damn, like I don't even bother with all that.
But I think, and a lot of women say, hey, I'm recording it as soon as I see it.
So one lady said her she ready to bail her girl out. It's going down. See, now you see, that's a little bit too much for me.
That's a bit much.
Like, can you see yourself putting your hands on a man because he with your homeboy girl?
Yeah, don't go that far. He just being a man. She might be the one that's in the wrong.
I mean, but you never know what could have took her to that. Like, your homeboy he might not tell you. He might got caught cheating and didn't tell you. And then this her. Remember, I always say, like, could you take what you give?
Right.
Like, this might be her. Like, you go ask your boy. She might tell him where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And then what? And then you be like, dog, what y'all got going on over there, man?
And then that's on him. That's on them to figure that out.
That's a lot, man.
But you can't be mad at me for
it happens,
for protecting, for trying to protect.
Though.
And it does.
Because like I said, what if she out on a business date? He don't know. Just on some after work, having drinks, whatever. And let's say she went to the bar with a bunch of girls. They might have left and she's still there with a coworker. They all cowork. And then you see her. You call your boy, like, man, I see your girl out here with a boy. So now he thinks she lied. It's just because they the only two left. And, she trying to defend herself. And you done got all this shit started. Now he mad at you because she done called the co-worker with a wife on the phone. She knew he was at. You done got all kind of shit started.
But you know what?
That's a hell of a scenario.
It is. I study people, though. So for me, even when I go out, I'm looking to be like, oh, they together. Oh, they on the first date.
You don't know that, though.
I could be wrong, but you can look and you could be like, you know what? Nah, they just cool and they just chilling. But then you can see what somebody trying to get something.
Just because somebody, what if it ain't her that's trying to do something? He just
and dude rolling up, and it was whatever the case, man. I gotta let my folk know. But I'm gonna let her know that I seen you.
That's all I'm gonna do.
I'm coming to introduce myself.
That's all I'm. I'm just gonna send a drink.
Nah,
I ain't even going over there. I'm like, yo, that lady right there. Make sure you take this over her, and then I'm gonna say his name. Tell her it came from Curl for Earl or something.
Send a drink. We also had somebody in the comments. She said her homegirl got caught cheating and lied that she was with said girl in the comments. The dude hit her up. Well, she calls her, and the dude was sitting there listening, and she was like lying. And our girl was like, "Oh, you weren't with me." So the boy got mad, got mad at the friend, got mad at the friend because she was like, "Yeah." So, read the room on that one. Read the room.
All right, man, y'all some snitches, man.
Hey, call me that.
Hey, man, if you see me in the street, man, mind your business.
I'm telling you. Hey, look here, bruh. She was out there. You know what I'm saying? So be mad at me.
I can see you now. What she leave the house in? Jogger pants? Nah, bro. She ain't got no jogger pants on.
She got that bodysuit on. Right. You let her out the house with that bodysuit?
See, then your homeboy like, hey, man, what you doing?
Looking at?
Yeah. I'm protecting you, brother. I'm protecting you.
That's just me, man.
What Derek Carr at? I want to know what he is.
I don't know where he at.
I want to know what Carr do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but that was a crazy situation, man. I would want somebody to tell me. That's how I look at it. And the flip side of that, would you want somebody that you consider a close friend to tell you that this happened? I'm all about reciprocation.
You know what?
Cause say if
If this is my wife, it doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Okay. In worst case scenario, your wife.
It's my wife
and your best friend, your boy. If
they together?
Huh?
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you find out that perfect example. Say I went to a house game.
Okay.
And I'd say, hey, bro, you going? Nah, I'm chilling.
Right.
And then you say, oh, well, my wife, she said she had this brunch she was going to or whatever, right? I go to the game. I see at the game with a dude, and them seats is close.
Right.
They close.
That's real.
You could tell if they just on a date or if they just hanging out.
Right.
And then somebody later on send you a video of your girl sitting there with this guy and see me in the background, and you give it a week and I don't say nothing to you. You gonna be like, bro, you ain't gonna tell me you seen my wife out here?
I've been in that situation, and I made a judgment call, and I still got told I was wrong for the judgment call. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, I'm the type, man. Whatever happened, man. I mean, I appreciate you because I'm a front to you anyway. To keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? You be like, hey man, your girl down here, blah blah blah. I'm be like, word. All right, then. All right, but I'm going to get off the phone.
Yeah.
Now, she'd never know it was you unless she seen you.
I'm like that, too.
That told me.
Yeah.
You know what
I don't
I'm
like to incriminate my source.
I just, I might just, she come in the house, I got them footies on. You know what I'm saying? Standing at the door. I'm talking about footies with the ball, so she know he on this shit today. Isn't crazy? You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I've been told a lot before. Some things I just swallow and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like you might tell me, and then you looking for a result. Not a pressure on me, because you might tell me, and you gonna be like, you know how we do. We get to the cigar lounge and we done.
So what you do?
So what happened, dog? You know what I'm saying?
We good? Nigga, what?
Right?
I went through all that. You back in the house what?
You see what I'm saying? So it all depends, man. Like, I might not do what you want me to do. And so now you like, I ain't telling him nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
And then that fractures the whole situation.
That's what I'm saying, though.
And so for me, I accept whatever, because I can't control how you going to react. I don't know the depth of you and your wife. Like you said, I don't know if y'all going through y'all ins and outs. But I feel it's my position to at least give you that, what I saw.
So Miss Christopher, you don't want to know.
Read what she said. You got to be careful with this type of information and or your perception. Sometimes it's best to mind your own business. What happens in the dark comes to light. There's our buddy Brian.
You go.
How you doing, Brian? Good to see you, brother.
Let me ask everybody this. Would you stop your friend from telling you anything? Like if they be like, yo, I seen blah blah blah, and you be like, you seen them? Thank you, and leave it there, or would you want to know? Because some people messy like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? But like I seen him, he was talking to 8 girls, like, and he ain't doing nothing but having a conversation.
That's you knowing your friends also. If I got a messy friend, I know I can't take everything you say 100.
I mean, hey man, you can say that, and some women, man, I can't speak for women, but I can speak for dudes. And I know some dudes that be really out of line.
Way out of line.
Be like, damn, that ain't even how that went. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
Oh, hell no. Way out of line.
I don't know.
See, that's why.
I don't know.
So, like, look, I'm standing on mine. I'm going to say something. That's just me, because my connection is with you. And that's all I'm concerned about. Now, how you deal with it, that's your business. I ain't going to call you no punk if you go back to it. I say, hey, man, that's my man.
I can see it now.
You knows.
So you ain't say nothing. Ain't say nothing, dog. Gotta get the bottle though. Bruh. So you ain't gonna say nothing. I can see it, dog. Like, damn. Now I gotta go home and check her to get your respect. See, it's too much pressure, man. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. Let's go ahead, dog. Let's go.
Oh man, okay, that was a good one, man. I had fun with that one all week, though, man. Everybody, do what's best for you and your friendships out there, man. Cause we go, man. That's what we gonna need buys.
I mean, it's kind of like buying a propane grill. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like buying a propane grill because you know how it's gonna turn out, but it's really not gonna be that good. It's still gonna be. It's just food at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Trash.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not doing the propane grills.
It's wild, man. It's the cats out here to do anything. Go ahead, man. What were you saying?
Orlando, talk to your boy amongst the group because he don't came. Okay, we gonna talk about him too.
Come on.
But we gonna keep the show going.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You know, actually put it in like he was looking out, but it's something different. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? He was looking at hey,
how's it sound? Like, dude, are you serious?
Real, I seen the knobs on it. I was like, what are you doing? April Fools. I'm gonna give him April Fools.
Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. April Fools. Okay. He just bailed you out, brother.
Okay, I got you.
Bailed you out, man. Anyway, hey, man.
Let's move on, dog.
Next one, man, real quick. How important, or let me say, should your relationship with your friends, close friends, be the same relationship you have with your significant other? And I say that in the sense of when I look at my friends, I accept them for their better or their worse. Like some people be late to a lot of stuff. You roll with the punches.
You know what I'm saying?
If your girl was late all the time, would you hold her to the same fire? You did?
I mean, but with that, let's just take the late thing.
Okay.
What's they behavior like normally? Like if they late all the time, you just know they're gonna be late. Like, and if it matters to you that much, are you gonna say something? And if they don't change, are you gonna like either party? Are you gonna be like, I can't do this? You know what I'm saying?
That's the question.
I don't care, man.
That's the question.
People late, they late, man. For whatever reason.
Would you put more with that same situation?
Everybody the same for me, man. You late, you late. You know what I'm saying? Now, how late you are, what do you do? Why you late? Like, if I don't get a phone call and then you just show up like, hey, like something like this, I need to be on time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we just going out, I mean, if we miss our engagement because you was late, pick the chin up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was ready. I was on time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was waiting on you.
Right.
You know, so, that's what it is for me. You know what I'm
saying? So looking at overall just personality traits, do you think that we put more on our significant other than we do our closest friends?
Yeah, absolutely. For some reason, expectations in a relationship will jump ahead, like in a romantic relationship, jump ahead of just your friends.
Of course, yeah.
Should it? I don't know. Or do you hold everybody at the same standard?
And that's why I asked that, because I think the lines get blurred in some instances.
Like you. Let's use you. I think you hold everybody the same standard.
I don't.
Crespo definitely holds everybody at the same standard.
Yeah, he does.
Late with him is like you done ruined his whole day. It might be 5 minutes. I would have been 5 minutes down the road if you would have been on time. Like Crespo, one of them kind of dudes.
But he drives slow too, so if he following you gonna have to slow down.
You know what I'm saying? Flex kind of like me. I get there when I get there. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I paid my money. Like let's say we going to concert.
Right.
I paid my money. I didn't tell you I had to be on time. Yeah, we all meeting down there, but I didn't tell you I had to get there when you got there.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm gonna go. Orlando. Yeah.
Y'all definitely Orlando gonna go. He out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
see you when you get there.
But
if it's your girl and you want to be there on time, and she just lollygagging, taking a nap, you got to leave at 7.
Give me a scenario.
Okay.
That depends on where we going.
Okay, say you going to Maywa house. All right, it take you
Oh, Mableton. I'm like, what? Yeah. Oh, Mabel. Who's Mabel?
It'll take what, about 40 minutes.
Yeah. We going to a show.
7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be there because you say
I want to get certain seats.
You want to get certain seats.
Okay.
So you want to leave the house at 6. So here it is, 4:45. It take your girl an average an hour and a half to get dressed. 5 o'clock, she just chilling, watching TV in her bonnet and pajamas.
At 5?
Yeah. And you want to leave at 6.
I might say something, but I ain't gonna ruin the night over it. I might say something though. You know what I'm saying? You know me, we might get down there and be like, damn, I wonder what song he sung before this one. Like I'm gonna be irritating about it.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna.
I'm gonna be irritated.
No, I ain't doing all that, man. It's and maybe because I'm not a person. Only place I'm gonna be on time for really is when I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, unless we got a very, very important engagement. You know what I'm saying? I get there when I get there. Especially if if it's just an event, like we going to a party or something.
Yeah,
I see y'all.
Like
I get there when I get there. But if we going to something where time is important to the event, I get there on time.
Yeah.
You know, I get there on time. But I do think for some reason that we hold our spouse or relationship, whatever word you want to use, at a different standard than we hold somebody that we done known 20 years.
Yeah. And
I don't get it.
Is it fair?
No, it's not fair.
Okay.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I agree with you now. And that's why I brought that up, because I think we give so much leeway to our friends on certain situations, whereas if your spouse do something, you want to hold it against them. Like, get them the same leverage you give your homeboy. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like a lot of people, of course we hold them to a high standard. I see that. We gonna get to But and the lady said they pretty much hold their spouse to a higher standard than they do their friends, and I think we can agree with that overall. I just think people tend to mix that line.
Yes, it is fair. I'm not screwing my friends. Lydia, relax.
Oh my God,
Lydia,
nice to have you. We ain't seen you in a minute. Here you come.
Lydia, sit that one out. Sit that one out, best friend. Sit that one out.
She came with the quickness.
Yeah, she probably late on that one. Sit this one out, best friend.
We just finished talking about lateness because she
okay. You're not gonna do it.
She champions.
I ain't gonna let you do it like that.
Well, I got to, Lydia. You know what it is. Anyway, man.
Moving on.
All right. I'm gonna let you do this one, bro.
How many fellas we got in here? 2.
So far, 2. Styles is in here.
I think Kwame's still in here. Are you out? All right. Have a good day, brother. Have a good afternoon. Be safe. Good evening.
Yes, indeed.
Well, anyway, my question to the fellas is, where do we get it wrong when it comes to relationships? Like, where do we go wrong? Is the way we set the foundation up wrong? So the atmosphere, I got this kind of off, I think it was TikTok, somebody posted it. The foundation we lay for us as a family or a relationship, and if she creates that atmosphere, that's usually how it should be set up. Do we go wrong with the foundation we set, though? Because, some men can't stand stern on what they mean. Like, if you say, this is how my household gonna run, this house gonna run. Like, will you teeter on that, and will that mess up the foundation you setting for your home or for your relationship, period? Like, let's say you meet a woman, you trying to help her with her credit, and then, but y'all live together. And you like, yo, this how it got to be done, blah, blah, blah. She go along with it for a minute.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, she willy-nilly. And you let it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, all right, whatever, we get by it. Are you really sticking to your guns on that foundation that you set in that situation? And do we go wrong by when we kind of, get laxed on things that we actually do in the beginning? That's important to the relationship, though.
Right. These are great questions. There's so many levels to this. Starting off, just from the example you use, I think men tend to, if it's somebody because we this is somebody that I desired, somebody I chased, somebody I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get them inside and you get to that point to where, okay, I want to make sure she's happy. I want to make sure things are in place. But she's doing the opposite of what you already laid down. So you don't want to run her away based off of, I'm going to beat a hard ass.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
You said make sure she happy. But where is your happiness in that? Because your happiness can't be based on she's happy. Like that happy wife, happy life shit. That's nonsense.
Right.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Happy house, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Again, that is a common mistake I think a lot of men make.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you said for her to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking because it actually matters, because whose happiness, and they both important.
Mm-hmm.
But if this man is the breadwinner, I guess if you want to use that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Is it important that the foundation he sets, she makes sure that is established before she really gets off into things about herself?
Funny you say that, because I think, I don't know why this is, but I do. America has put in our head that the breadwinner pretty much has the better say
Right.
of what's going to happen, which I think is bullshit. But in cases like that, the person that's not the breadwinner will sacrifice more to make sure that the breadwinner is taken care of, whether that's the man or the woman.
Right.
So in those situations, you will, and we talked about before, compromise versus sacrifice. Compromise is when you both give up something to say we're going to do what we got to do to make this thing work. Sacrifice means if I say I like my clothes washed every Sunday, and then it's 2 Sundays done went by, my clothes ain't been washed, and I'm looking like, what's going on? But I go in there and I do it myself, and I ain't said nothing to my spouse. Now I'm sacrificing what I put in there just to keep this woman around. And that's unfair.
Okay, but what I'm saying though is, before we get to the compromising and sacrifices,
Mm-hmm.
when we set this foundation of how this household gonna run,
Right.
isn't that like she still has a say if she goes along with it? It's just like when women say, "What's your plan for us?"
Mm-hmm.
and you lay down that plan.
Mm-hmm.
If she goes along with that plan, her happiness is in that plan, correct?
Correct.
So you really don't have to worry about her being happy, because it should be in that plan. Like your vision, when women ask me, what's your vision for us?
Uh-huh.
And you actually give her the vision. If she don't go along with that vision, is that the woman for you? Because what if she be like, well, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. But you be like, well, this is what I need.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I got. This is what I need. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
If she, anything in there that she can't make happen, unless you doing something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Is that the woman for you? Is that where a lot of men, is that where our settlement comes in relationships?
Well, it depends on, are those your deal breakers? If they're your deal breakers, no, don't settle at all. But if they're not deal breakers, some stuff you're going to learn to deal with. That ain't nothing perfect. Ain't nothing perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect example for me, if I had somebody that didn't know how to cook,
Right.
it would bother me.
Right.
If they did everything else but couldn't cook didn't want to cook.
Is that a deal breaker for you to lead a relationship?
I wouldn't have started a relationship. And that's where you got to be mature enough to say, I'm not finna bring this person through this situation. If I know this is a deal breaker for me, I'm not finna play with this person and make it seem like we going to work through that. No, we're not working through that, because I need some home cooked meals.
I agree with Brian. So everybody got a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
Mm.
But you got to roll with it. You got to roll with the punches. Like
Right.
if I'm laying this, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong for not having a compromise in that? If I'm saying, look, this is how the household need to run. One thing about me growing up, I watched my grandfather set the rules of the house.
Right.
It wasn't no compromise in none of that. This the rules of the house.
Right.
Now anything else, And it was my grandmother's job to make sure these rules were well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't no compromise in that. And as a man of a head or a household, if we want to go with that, if I say, look, this is how the house gonna run, am I wrong for not? It ain't no compromising it.
I don't think you're wrong. I just think that you also have to know what kind of man you are, or your mate has to know what kind of man you are.
Right.
Because if you're an alpha male or a man that just says this is what it's going to be, and I don't come off of that no matter what, she has to understand that before she goes into
You know
play.
what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is it.
So no, you're not at fault. Now, if I bring you into something and I say this is what it's going to be, and then you start switching up stuff,
right.
and I don't say nothing, and stuff start cracking at the bottom.
You see what I'm saying? Not a foundation measure.
That's on both of us.
Right.
I say it's my fault for thinking that you was gonna follow through with what you said you was gonna do off of the rules that I had already set. And this is vice versa. I don't want to make it a man versus woman thing. You know, vice versa. If a woman has a guy and she's saying, okay, this is the things that I need in order for me to come in, boom, boom, boom.
Crespo says submission doesn't have to have the same weight that it did 40, 50 years ago.
Well, let's talk about submission. Go ahead.
Yeah, did time change, or did we as men stop making it to where submission was questioned?
Okay.
Because you could use the whole thing of women didn't do this, do that. That lie that was told in the group that women wasn't educated and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. The times changing and have men softened to where when we set the foundation, it's not really a foundation set because we're willing to change it. So did we soften? And you could call it compromise, communication, whatever you want, but did we soften in this setting that? One thing about a foundation, when it's set, it's set.
Right.
Now what you build off that foundation happens, but the foundation is set.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So did we soften in that? So what Crespo say, what'd you say, 40, 50?
Yeah, 40, 50 years ago.
A lot of men stopped setting foundation, and that's real. A lot of men stopped setting foundation. So you going into these relationships, and next thing you know, you talking about your lady. Hold on, you talking about your lady, or you talking about ladies in general. Let's just say ladies in general.
Right.
Oh man, she don't know how to be submissive. She don't know how to submit or to be submissive. You know the word I'm looking for.
Submissive.
Yeah.
You got it.
But then what did you give her
to be submissive?
You know what I'm saying? Like, did you set anything going into this, or did you go into it where it is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you set like, boom, this is what I got. This is me. If you willing to roll with this, I got you. I could take care of you for the rest of your life. Or did you say, I mean, we just gonna go into it and see what happens?
Let's see what happens. That's what I wanted to talk about. The submission aspect. If you give a woman everything she wants, and not even everything, if you give her her bottom lines, she will submit. And submission isn't a bad thing. You know, that word, and that's why I think what Orlando is saying, that word now has a negative connotation to it. And it's not a negative thing. It's almost like if you do right by your woman, she will submit without you even having to ask about what you're doing. So if I set these rules, but I make sure she's taken care of and everything that she has that needs to be taken care of, she's not gonna have a problem following me. I think we've had
following the vision.
Following the vision.
Because it's not you, it's the vision.
It's the vision.
It's the vision.
So if you said, like you were saying, if I have a concrete instruction manual, blueprint,
like for real,
and I put it down, and in that process, I've given you all the tools you need to support me and to support us, that's going to be a better life for us, then yeah.
Because submission was misinterpreted to
being ran over. Exactly. And that's not what it is.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because I mean, a lot of people say I want what my grandfather and my grandma had, but
that's different.
It was a lot. It was a lot in that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot in that.
And but we ain't built to last like that.
But the thing is, was it wrong?
It wasn't wrong. I'll say it wasn't wrong. See, now that you're going into morality and you're going into economics. You're going into what worked in order for you to be where you need to be as far as your family is concerned. Your generation is after you. And I'll say, me personally, my parents, they had a rocky marriage for a while.
Right.
But they both told us, we're going to stay together until we know y'all good.
Right.
And then when y'all good, we out of here. So when I hear the stories of people saying their parents divorced and this and that, and they was heartbroken, blah, blah, I understand, but I can't relate because my parents stuck it out for us. Now, if you, in today's society, people will say, oh, that's wrong. You need to chase your happiness. You know what I mean? They're going to say, you need to, you know, if that's what that is, y'all ain't happy because it's going to spill over into the kids and this and that. And that's true. Part of it is true. But it comes down to the way that they were raised and our parents was raised. It was completely different than what we were raised on and the way that we're raising our kids.
Okay. I'm going to go back to this comment that was made earlier. Sis Nicole said they stopped, she got her own. Does her having her own mean she can't follow the foundation? Like you can bring you can bring money to the house, but the foundation was set by one person.
Right. Again, and I say this just based off of my experience with women and money. If you give a woman everything that she wants as far as what she looks for in a man, her purse will follow. If you give her the security, because for me, it's security. Women want to know that you're gonna,
that you ain't gonna get us put out.
Exactly. You ain't gonna get us put out. You're not gonna do nothing to have me out here in the streets looking crazy, right? So in that case, if she is 100% secure with that, her purse will follow. So that, to me, the money thing, I think we get caught up in that. As far as
I'm not gonna say we get caught up in it because she make a great point by saying women that got their own, they
do now.
I'm saying
they have that mindset, and they don't let a lot of people in, and that's the problem. Because they don't make it on their own, they feel like they don't want to open up themselves to allow somebody else to lead. Right?
You speaking for women? You speaking for women right now? I just want to make you aware of that. You speaking for women right now.
I might be, and I might be wrong, but I'm just saying. And of course, I'm gonna get some pushback, but some gonna also agree with me too. You know. So, but once they let somebody in and they're secure in knowing that this person is gonna do right by me, that purse follows. They ain't gonna hold on that money like we do. We're real. We're a lot tighter with our wallet
what
than they are.
Women that got their own will still fold to a solid dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm preaching.
I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on that. Okay, my next.
It's the same thing.
I'm about to say, don't you even do it. I thought you was about to do it.
No. It's a whole lot more than that.
Okay, now as far let's back up before we even get to that. Let's go to dating. Let's go to that part. As men, do we fail from the start? And why do we fail? I'm gonna say why do we fail? Because I know we do. Well, what our expectations is, and what we looking for in this thing from the go.
That's where we fail. A lot of times when we,
and we know that, but why do we?
I was gonna say,
what is it about just saying, yo, I ain't looking for that. I ain't looking for that, and it might not even be the vagina that you looking for, but you looking to see what can happen. Like, I'm interested in you, right? I don't mean I want to be with you off the top. You know what I'm saying? Because people say I date with a purpose. That's you're stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? But you supposed to date and see. You know what I'm saying? But the purpose that always ended up at the altar is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? You play with cat people probably, but when we go into these things, why can't we just say, I just want to see if we got anything in common, and we go from there. Why can't we just say that? Why do we have to sell the dream of money, stability, just all that? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why do we have to? Why can't we just say, yo, I looked across the room, I see you. I just want to know if we got something in common. Why can't we just say that?
I'm only speaking from my personal stance.
Right.
I don't want to speak for all dudes. A lot of times, the reason why you don't do that, first and foremost, is because you already feel like you're not going to have a shot by being completely honest. Secondly, if I'm at a point in my life where I am literally looking for a relationship, because a lot of times we date, we ain't looking for a relationship. We looking to spend some time with some folks. We not trying to have no relationship. And usually that means we got a bench. You know what I mean? It's multiple. To pass the time. Yeah. You passing time.
Okay.
But if you're to the point, if you pass that and you're to the point to where you really want a relationship, that's when you start being very specific with who you deal with. So you see a lady across the way. She looks good. The first thing for me, she look good, but I need to see what she talking about.
You need to see her credit report. You wouldn't happen to have your Equifax right.
That's Orlando right there.
Right.
What's your 401k looking like?
How long you been at your job?
Right. Okay. But I need to know what kind of conversation you having. So for me, when you start looking at relationship aspect, the attraction is it's the smallest aspect. I want to be attracted to you, but that's probably one of the smallest aspects when I get into I really want to grow with this woman. Really? Right. Right off the top. I'm saying in dating. Right off the top.
It's small?
It's small. Yikes. I mean, because if you're initially attracted to somebody sitting across the room, okay, that's enough for you to say, okay, let me find out more. Right, exactly. Right, so from that point on, I'm not looking at the attraction. You got me enough with that. So now I'm looking at what kind of conversation you talking about. What kind of energy we got when we sitting here talking.
Crespo make a good point, but go ahead.
What did he say? Oh, y'all don't want us.
Actually, he made two good points. He said it all equates to sex. Everybody wants sex. And then he said, y'all don't want us to keep it real. Stop it.
That's true. I can't go with the sex thing. I'm going to say I can't go with the sex thing because I was at a point in my life, I was tired of having sex. God damn. I'm just going to be real. I was tired of having sex. So I wanted more. I wanted something more than just sex. I felt like I knew if I did this, and this, I eventually was going to have sex with this person.
Miss Christopher, let me ask you this. I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Have you ever, hold on, brother. Have you ever had sex with somebody you didn't want a relationship with and ended up wanting a relationship with them? You might not have said nothing to them, but you still, you know what I'm saying, you wanted it from them.
Go, well. Yeah. And to be honest,
because men might tell you that. You're like, yo, I just want to fuck.
Or I just want a relationship. Either way, the woman is going to be like, nah, I'm good.
Some women might be like, that's cool, but I just want to fuck too. The next thing you know.
It is what it is.
Hey, well, what we doing?
What we doing?
We just did what we doing. What are we doing? Now I'm saying it. What are we doing?
What we doing?
What you doing? I mean, so, you know.
And I've had women tell me, just friends, that they met guys and the guys would tell them they want a relationship. And that's what, in our mind, we always think that's what all women want.
And that ain't true.
And it ain't true. Yeah, ain't true. And so they'd be like, nah, I ain't talked to him because he was pressed for a relationship.
Crespo talk about money, say.
Oh, that boy. Oh, get your boy. Get your boy, Nicole. Get your boy. So, yeah, man.
So you think us as men, we don't know if we can keep it 100 or not? Like, we don't know?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Wow. Because keeping it 100 don't always get you where you trying to go. Every once in a while, it's a crapshoot.
Ladies, how you feel about that? Are we wrong at the times when we sell the lie?
Let's ask Lydia from because I know Lydia is chilling. So if she met a guy on the first date and he told her, I am looking for a relationship, would that scare her off?
I mean, that's dating with a purpose though, right?
I wouldn't tell him that from the beginning though. I'm more so like, let's see where this thing go.
See, this is where that confuses me, right? Because they say men know if they want to marry somebody in 6 months or 6 weeks. But then he crazy if he come at you like that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Girl, he already talked about marriage. I ain't know him number 6 months, and then 4 years go by. You talking about some, we ain't going no further than this, and then you be like, well, shit, I only know you 4 years. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I ain't seen everything yet. Like, so what we doing? What we doing?
Question: if you propose to a girl and she says no, is it over?
Hold on. Who about best
Lydia?
friend?
You can't ask me. I literally got on the relationship with the guy. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
She literally started a relationship on a first date. Okay, Lydia.
Definitely can't ask you no question.
Okay, Lydia.
I was bored. It was a Sunday.
Wow.
This relationship ain't with the Lord, is it?
Well, how long did this relationship last? First off, this was just exercise. You was in training camp or something.
I agree with you, twin. People that say that they clock ticking. They think they clock ticking.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you have like even when dating men? Do you have a spending limit? By not having a spending limit, are you setting yourself up on the first date? Like, is that what we get it wrong too? By we just we open the wallet on the first date and go wherever.
My thing is, if I offer something, depending on how she responds, I'm already looking at her a certain way. Like, if I say, hey, all right, I want to let's go out. Let's meet up at the sports bar around the corner. A nice little sports bar, not a little hole in the wall.
Right.
Because we just want to sit down and feel each other's energy.
Right.
But she was like, well, nah, I was thinking, let's go to Roof Chris. Boom. I'm out of there. Nah, I'm good.
But what if that? Let me ask you this though. Hold on. Mm-hmm. What if that's her norm? Like, what if that's?
It ain't for me.
That ain't because she want to go.
Because I don't know you like that already. For me, I just want to get to know you. The money ain't the issue. It's the fact that you expect that from me.
He said, "Buddy never got me a woman."
Whether I was broke or not. The fact that you expect from me, you don't know what my pocket look like. You know what I'm saying? Roof Chris ain't a $20 meal, right? So if this is the first date and we just trying to get to know each other, why should I be expected? Because me as a first date, I'm fitting the bill, right?
I'm listening.
So you don't know what my pockets look like right now. So for you to expect for me to say, all right, we'll go to Roof Chris because that's where you want to go.
He can say he ready, but I'm not there. Huh? It's a nah for me. Like, can that turn a woman off if she be like, yo, let's just go down to Roof Chris? Because it might be the norm for her. And you be like, I ain't ready to, Roof Chris. Like, you can.
Me?
Yeah.
Something came up.
Why you gonna lie?
Because I'm not feeling you no more. I'm not just gonna be like, you know what, I don't like that in you, so I'm out of here.
Brian said expendable funds.
I'm just gonna be like, nah. And the first date, no, I'm good. I'm not doing that. I'm just not, because I'm just trying to feel you out. It ain't about the money, and I got the money to spend, but I'm not trying to do that.
Pockets got the mumps over there.
And you know what happens? Uh-huh. You start that way.
Okay.
They gonna want you. They expect that same level throughout. So you can't go to Roof Chris on the first date and then go to Applebee's after that the next day.
Why not?
She gonna look at you like you crazy. She gonna come up with an excuse. Oh no, my homegirl baby got stuck in the refrigerator. I gotta help her. She gonna come up with something crazy.
Boy. What if she just say, "Oh, I'm not dating on levels under that"? Damn, that'd hurt.
And the stuff. Nah, it wouldn't hurt me.
Don't start what you can't continue. Okay.
There you go.
Don't start what you can't continue. Okay, Brian. Let me ask you this. You say don't start what you can't continue. Let's say you meet her, y'all go out. Nah, it's either 200 at Roof Chris, it's 200 at Applebee's. It's still 200. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
The mindset. if we go to Applebee's because I agreed or you agreed to it,
Chipotle $200. Why you talking about damn Chipotle?
either one, and that's why I said it's not the money, it's the expectation.
She say Chipotle on the first date, and Ruth Chris on the second. It's a balance.
Yeah, it's not about it's the expectation, not necessarily the money.
I kind of feel like it was a game. Still, Lydia, what is you talking about?
The one she said, I kind of felt like it was a game to get some, but I still thought it was fun, and I never got in a relationship before on the first date. So she's still talking about her starting that relationship.
Lydia, we done passed you. Sorry, love.
That was interesting. We have to get you back on
my
here to
thing
talk
is,
about that.
Like, you saying you won't mess with her because of where she chooses to go.
The expectation.
Okay. Is she wrong for having them expectations? You asked her to go out. Is she wrong for having that expectation?
On the first date, are we expected to show our financial flexibility, or are we trying to find out about each other? So that's why I say the expectation to me is different. Like you said, I was
speaking of that, sir. Since you're a guy that won't date under what 80 90,000, you know what I'm saying? You meet a young lady. Mm-hmm. She don't work at somewhere with 80 90,000. Is she ain't making?
Let's say she making 40 50.
Yeah, let's say she doing that.
40 50.
So, are you only gonna take her? The places with 40, 50,000? Like,
nah, if I'm interested in her, it's gonna be the same thing. Let's go to the sports bar.
But you interested.
that first date.
You ain't going nowhere with that.
Nah, that first date, I'm taking you somewhere where we can sit down and talk to each other and fill each other out. Now, if I feel you on this second date and you 40, 50,000, then I'm gonna hit you with the FOGO, because you probably ain't been there.
God damn, dog, you ain't her first date.
So she in the game then. That's the second date. Nah,
the
second date, I'm gonna blow your head. I'm gonna blow your head on the second date. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm interested in you. That's why I said the money ain't the issue. It's the expectation for me. That's how I look at it.
So she shouldn't wait. So it's based on the expectation. Like, are we wrong for that though? Like, is that we wrong for dating like that?
No,
because it is kind of financial to us.
Exactly. So no,
but
it's not.
But are you wrong for, like, is a woman wrong for dating in a certain financial bracket versus men? Because you saying that 40, 50,000, she go to she can't get the FOGO until you probably done fell on her booty by the time the second date come. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
I mean, so are we wrong as men for saying, nah, I can't do that because you really ain't really in my tax bracket? But men posted.
But look at it this way.
I'm just saying, like, are we wrong for that?
No, look at it this way. Most men will date a woman that makes less than them regardless because he's interested in her. Versus a woman that makes more than a man, it's a whole lot of other loopholes this dude got to do, a whole lot of hurdles this brother got to jump before she bring him into the fold. So on a regular basis, a dude is going to take a girl that makes less than him regardless.
So why can't she go to Ruth Chris then on the first date? Why can't
it's the expectation. Why are you not understanding the expectation?
But you could go spend the same 200.
Yeah. Because we had a good time.
But you gonna have a good time with that 200?
Nah, because when I got there, I already knew that she wanted this. This was her expectation. So now I'm going along with what she wanted, and she don't know what my pocket looking like.
Here go twin talk about some.
What she say?
Talk about the tax bracket. You better know it.
Right. You better talk about that tax bracket. So it's like she expect me to do that from the top. And then if you start like that, she gonna expect you to keep that up like that. Going to restaurants you can't even pronounce. There ain't no prices on the menu. You want me to go there on the first date?
This my next one. And when for us as men, why do we do this why do we get this wrong? A lot of us never become comfortable with being fully vulnerable with our woman. Should you even be dating if that's the energy you got?
That's so deep because that starts way before even dating. That starts before, as a kid where they tell you as a black man, don't cry. Get up, brush it off. All of these things. Society tells us you got to be tough. If you played any competitive sport, brush it off, get up, give me another lap, do another, you know what I'm saying? So we're already conditioned to not be vulnerable with anybody. And that's a form of PTSD.
True, but what I'm asking you is, should you be dating with that? Or should you work on yourself?
No, nobody's gonna do that at the age you start dating. You ain't thinking that deep about yourself.
We talking about it as a grown up, bro. We ain't.
Okay.
We ain't talking about.
Well,
you wild, bro. We talking about it as grown men. We ain't talking about.
You gotta give me the context, brother. Give me the context. Definitely, you should not. I've said time and time again, do not date until you are completely happy with who you are and understand who you are. That way, when you get out here in these streets, you know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept versus just bringing everything in and running the mill and wasting people's time. So when you out there and you really, really want to date, you got to be completely comfortable with who you are as a person and know your faults to where when they come up, just like we were saying earlier, I know my deal breakers. If you can't cook and you ain't trying to learn to cook, I don't want you. I don't care how you slice it, dice it. I don't want you. We good. It may seem small and minute, but that's just one of my deal breakers. So I won't play with nobody that say they can't cook. All right, it was nice meeting you. Take it easy. And I don't think people like to be honest like that no more.
What if that love below hitting?
It was a good hit. But that
below don't even say.
Hey, but she can't do nothing in that kitchen. Yeah, because after that love below hit, I want to take a nap. You can go and lay over there, leave me alone. But when I wake up and tomorrow and when I go to work, I want some food.
Crespo's talking about what if she rigid like you, bro? He got to be talking to you.
He ain't talking to me.
Being comfortable in who you are and being vulnerable with the person are not the same thing. Not at all.
Of course not.
But you got to be.
But you gotta be able to open yourself up. If somebody doesn't feel like they have reached anything deep,
are you really comfortable with who you are if you can't be vulnerable though?
No, I say no. Good point. I say no.
Twin, question to you. Are you really? This nigga said, despite the propane, I can cook. We don't know, bro.
We
don't know.
We gonna have to ride through there one day, and we bringing the truck.
Okay, this is my last one. As men, why do we have sex with women, and we know we don't want to have children, and they might want children? Why do we still have? Why don't we just leave her alone and keep pushing?
We're selfish. We're selfish, and we're driven by sexual.
But when she had this, because you brothers out here, y'all ain't wearing condoms. So why are we so angry at women when they say I'm gonna keep it? Why do we try to talk them into having abortions and things like that when you knew from the jump you was irresponsible? You know what I'm saying? And you put your dang in there, and you ain't had nothing on it, and like.
I ain't never been that guy, so I can't speak for these. I've seen guys say that, and I think they're idiots. My thought process is if I'm having sex with you raw, there's a possibility we can have a kid. So if I'm finna jump in here,
that's you at 44 though. What was 30?
No. That was all my life.
Too?
Yeah, because I, condom shouted, kept something on me, or it wasn't gonna happen.
Condom shouted.
Or it wasn't gonna happen. So once I got to the point to where I was sleeping with people unprotected, in my mind, I can have a kid with this person, and I'm okay with that. But a lot of guys I've seen, I saw one video this dude posted. He told the chick like, "I told you I don't want no kids, but you skeet off in there and you mad at her because she want to keep the kid." What kind of that's stupid. And that's why I say that's the selfishness. That's just dumb. How can you be mad at somebody for something you did that you had a part, an intricate part in?
I got a question for the ladies. And this is kind of like the same question. If y'all had that talk prior to having sex, why would you have sex with them? That's a good question. I know. I'm sorry we ain't got a lady in the room, but
gosh, I know.
Women can see what her response.
Oh, okay, yeah, women, yeah. But you know what, Shauna? A lot of times that don't stop women though. Sometimes that don't stop women. A lot of women get caught up in the feeling at that point, the motion in the ocean, and they know this dude got multiple baby mamas, and then they get on that train, and they get one.
That's a great answer to that, Lydia. It ain't no talk. So why are we not having this talk? Because it's a lot of kids out there, man, that they wouldn't be here if that talk might have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot going on. But I just wondered that. Like,
I think that comes with maturity. That comes with maturity. Where we are, I'm sure we have those talks in our interactions.
But us as men, because we lay the foundation. I'm going back to that, to a lot that go on in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we man enough? And I'm just gonna use that. If you just say, yo, I'm not trying to have kids. Do you want to continue this? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if she say yeah, why not say, look, love, you want to have kids? I ain't trying to have no kids, so I don't even want to put you in that situation. Because it ain't no, and I'm not saying you wouldn't take care of your responsibilities, because you got to have a condom on and still go through that thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to put you in that situation. Why can't we just stand up and be like, yo, it's more women out here. Let me just let her roll, because she want a family, and I ain't looking for that.
Go back to that selfishness. It goes back to that selfishness. If you notice, man, a lot of men want to claim territory. I hear so many women talk about these side chicks. But the dude to tell them they can't date nobody else. She's already signed up to be the side chick, and the dude is still telling her you can't talk to nobody else.
Sis say then we start to think we can change him.
Oh, yeah. That part there.
Sometime it work.
Less than it don't work.
I don't know, man. It's some dudes out here that take care. Yeah, I get what you're saying. People will allow physical wants to take over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, physical want started it. So is it really taking over? Because it started it.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's, like I said, to your question, men always want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And not mature men.
But you can do what you want to do when you want to do it.
You got to be straight up, though.
You just got to do it with the right people.
That too. And be straight up about it. You ain't got to lie to folk. The more you tell your truths, you're going to find people that will ride with you. But we're so used to obfuscating and putting up a smoke screen, and we get through with that, we figure that's the way we got to operate. And until you step out of that smoke screen and say, let me be 100% honest with this person or these people, and you might find out, hey, that's all I wanted anyway. Mm-hmm. I wasn't trying to do this or I wasn't trying to do that. Mm-hmm. But we had this thing in our mind already based off of how we move throughout our life, that's what it is. So we create these obstacles in ourselves, and then some people just follow through with them.
Brian, I hate you.
Brian, it mean just throwing a smoke screen up, just lying and doing what you want to do, but doing it under a guise or something else.
So y'all basically saying, when I'm reading for the comments, is always tell the truth. I hear y'all.
I don't think nobody is. I don't think anybody is ever 100%.
Nobody.
I don't think nobody is ever 100%. And that's a lot of times. I prefer that. Sometimes you got to protect some folks from the harsh reality.
But you hurting yourself, ain't you?
If you, I don't know. Depending on how deep it is, the context of it. If it's something topical, nah.
Hello, AR, whoever the hell that is. They came in and said, you ain't got a lot of kicking. In some cases, you do got a lot of kicking. Everybody lies.
Yeah.
Now, however you want to simplify the lie, everybody lie about something. Or they just don't. They just don't tell the truth.
Ryan say 97.9. Oh man.
But that's the show for the day.
That was a good one. You be doing your thing sometime. You know what I'm saying? That was a good one there, man. Ah, man, we appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. Hey, y'all, you a little late to the show. But you gonna hit that rewind on that YouTube. You can see the whole thing, all that good stuff. What we got coming up? Then you have a holiday or something?
Don't say it like that. Yo, if you want to stay home Wednesday from work, it's gonna be 85 degrees in Atlanta, Georgia. About 4:09 p.m. on a Wednesday, 1978. 4/5/78. I was born. Wednesday is my birthday.
That's all you had to say, bro.
Hey, bro.
My bad.
Hey,
Get your
bro.
shine
I almost didn't get hit. I almost didn't get hit, though.
Okay.
So I will be accepting nothing from people. But happy birthday. That's all I'm looking for.
Happy birthday.
Because they mean a lot to me more than they ever did because I almost didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So if you want to stay home from work on Wednesday, just tell them, hey.
Your twin in the group
already. My twin birthday too.
Sitting there shooting at me already.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all can celebrate us on the page if y'all want to on Wednesday. Y'all can start at midnight. I'll be asleep. But if y'all want to, y'all go right ahead. Yeah, that's all I got.
You sure?
Oh no! Shout out to Edie. Shout out to Reggie. Shout out to my homeboy Dwayne. His birthday. All our birthdays is Wednesday.
Nitra. Shout out Nitra.
Oh yeah. Her birthday Wednesday too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 45, dog.
A lot of y'all. Jesus. Wow.
Says we ain't doing nothing. I'm sleepy just talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell you no lie. But y'all have a good rest of this day, man.
Hey, we appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple. We everywhere. We had some hoodies. We still got hoodies, but it's hot, man. It's getting hot. So we're going to get them t-shirts rolling out. So stay tuned. We got you covered. 2XLs, they done ran up on me the last week. I got y'all, man.
That's too small for Kwame, though.
Well, I got to get a 3 for him.
Yeah, that's too small.
But I got the 2Xs coming through, man.
That's right, sis. 4-5 turning 4-5.
Okay. That's a school teacher right there.
Yeah, she know.
School teacher.
She know.
Hey, man, we love y'all. Y'all be easy out in the street.